Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Okay, it's the day after, and I'm still here. And black helicopters haven't flown over my house, and no mysterious cars driven by, and Trump has not declared himself dictator yet. And even if Hillary made it, I still would be disappointed like the way I am now. It really stinks that people thought that those were the only two options, and that they felt that was the only way we had to vote. Yet there was other options to vote, and they chose not to, because they were in the mindset that they would throw their vote away. Well, guess what? If you would not vote for them and voted for the other options, then the other two wouldn't have won. But we got what we deserve. That's what you wanted. It was one of the two evils, and you chose the other evil, and it wasn't the lesser of the two either. I mean, that's not what we're going for anymore. It's who can bring the apocalypse faster. Anyways, it's great to be alive, and I guess everything's going to be okay. Alright. Okay, I just got some food. I'm going to go get something to drink. Of where I want to get to drink instead of what they have on the menu. Anyways, I'd like to talk to you guys about this election. A lot of you, and me at times, up until this point, has thought that if you voted for the third party, you're throwing your vote away. That's because we're all conditioned that we only have two choices. That's the problem. We all think that after the nominations, that's it. Those are the only two choices we got, and everyone else doesn't count. Guess what? Over 100 million people voted, right? That left 200 million left. Now, how many of those are underage and ineligible to vote or whatever, I don't know. But here's the thing. At least 100 more million could have voted. And guess what? That would have split the votes into at least 4, maybe even 5 or 6. But no, we're conditioned that after the nominations of the Republican and Democratic Party, that's our choices. No, those are the choices for the Republican and Democrat Party. Doesn't mean those are the only choices of the Republican Party. I mean, look how many people, how many leaders said they would not support Trump. And they were in the Republican Party, and they wanted the Republican Party to win, but they didn't want the Republican Party to be represented by Trump. That means there were other choices. Okay? Now, how they won the nomination is beyond me. I have no other. Okay? And that goes with the same with on the Democratic Party. It doesn't mean you couldn't vote for Sanders or Stein. Okay? So, anyway, that's just my opinion. We just gotta stop going with what we're conditioned to do, but go with what our conscience tells us to do, to tell us what logic tells us to do, to tell us what our heart tells us to do. With those combinations, you can vote for someone much better. It won't be perfect. It won't be someone who won't make mistakes. It won't be someone who won't do anything wrong. But it'll be someone that won't be Trump and won't be Hillary. Because our next choices will be worse. I guarantee it. That's where we're headed. All right. Okay. Hold on a minute. In conclusion, what I was saying earlier is that I too have fell into the trap at one point in my life where I voted for one or the other. And usually it weren't that bad. So it really didn't matter who I chose. But let me tell you something. Our two choices that was presented to us, that were out in the open, the ones that they advertised the most of, were the worst of the worst. I mean, the absolute allegedly did things against our national security, allegedly misappropriated funds from their charity, allegedly did things to harm this country. Allegedly. Actually, then you have someone who has, because of the way they are and the way they have been in the past, from the time they got a small loan up until present time, that and they'll whine and they'll do whatever it takes, whether it's legal, ethical, or whatever it is, that they'll get what they want. Even though they have no. So yeah, all of them are bad. So there was at least 100 million people that did not vote, that have counted, that everything was set in stone, that there were certain states, like mine, California, that no matter what you vote, who you vote for, it won't count because of the electoral vote college, which is another messed up system that we got that's at least 100 years out of date, but is used strategically to have people ignored and voices not heard because of the electoral college. We're not just talking about something that's unfair to the candidates, but people are ignored, and states are not visited, and people are not addressed because they feel like they cannot win that state because of its history of its solid history of voting and how they vote. That's because people are conditioned. Oh, if I live in California, I'll never have a Republican or never have a conservative, or unless it's someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger who got lucky. The thing is that we got to stop thinking, oh, because the way it has been for the last 10 years, that's the way it's always going to be. You got to get that out of your mind. You got to stop being conditioned to think because one way is one way. It doesn't mean it can't be changed. Like I said, 100 million people didn't vote, were dead, and all that other stuff. Anyways, we'll just see if the apocalypse will come. We'll just see if God will smite this country because we elected a pervert and a miser and someone whose business dealings is questionable at best. All right. Well, Internet, you disappoint. Okay. Well, Internet, you. Oh, yeah, by the way, this is love to be loved. It's always love to be loved. I better do something so you can hear me. There's the fan as it spins. You are intrigued. Okay, Internet, I'm really disappointed. You promised me that if Trump was elected, that there would be chaos and pandemonium and black helicopters and people losing their jobs and and mobs of people and maybe in the zombie apocalypse, and that we would have to join a secret rebellion to go up against and resist the powers that be, and Donald Trump would claim himself to be king or dictator or whatever, and I'm very, very disappointed. It's just the same old, same old. No action, all of it boring, 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 boring. Now I'm stuck back to finding interesting stuff on YouTube, interesting things to read on Google or whatever. Oh my gosh. Thanks a lot. Thanks for disappointment. I was expecting much better. I'm very disappointed in America. Very disappointed in you. Alright. Regardless, this is love to be loved. It's always love to be loved. And be blessed and goodbye.